Hello, everybody out there in Telarus land. This is Dominic. You know who I am. I'm all about people, processes, and technology. And what we're going to talk about today is how Thrive brings expertise in that space. You're going to learn about what they bring. You're going to learn about how to sell those services. You're going to learn about a case study. So with that, I'm going to introduce Michael, CTO. Michael, talk to us about Thrive.
We engaged last year with a large charitable foundation, and it's a name you've heard, right? When I first saw this name, I actually got pretty excited about it. There are about 500 employees nationwide. The partner, it's very interesting, was very thoughtful in how he engaged with this prospect. He knew that there was opportunity here. He didn't try and jump in and grab everything all at once. So, it's really a cool story internally here at Thrive. So let me just walk you through real quick. February 2019, the partner just gets in touch with us and said they'd like a SIM demo. Security, information, event management. It's security monitoring tools for those that are not aware. It's really the basis of security monitoring. A couple months later, we get a contract for this customer, $3,200 a month. Nice little deal, right? Good to get started. The partner, of course, made some money on that. That's great. We love to see that all day long. As we went to implement, there was a realization that there were more devices that could be added. And because this partner was already engaged on how to sell our services and how things were packaged, this was very easy. Add another $1,200 a month. A month later, customer raised their hand and said, I think it's time to replace our firewalls. As it turns out, we obviously, when we supply our own firewalls, we can integrate that into our security monitoring. Now, if the customer had said, I've made an acquisition, I have some firewalls I already own that I want to integrate, that's no problem. We can still work with that. We don't try and force any of our own services on people. Obviously, there's a benefit. So I want to pause here in October 2019 because this is where things get sort of interesting. We've had a very successful couple of months at this point with the customer. Where our team is enjoying supporting them, which is an interesting footnote. We enjoy it for everybody, but they really like this engagement. And the partner realized that the organization he was helping had Office 365 and he needed to add Office 365 backup. Now, this is a little bit outside of security. Obviously, if you get ransomware or something like that, you would want to have your OneDrive backed up, things like this. But this is interesting to me because he did actually start to branch out a little bit on his own. But I think he understood how we engaged and believe he asked. He came to us first, even though he'd only worked with us on the security side. So as you were saying earlier, Dominic, you can go beyond this stuff pretty quickly. They got used to the engagement.
That's awesome. I know we're getting a little tight on time here just to keep our partners all attentive, but you know what? This illustrates exactly what Thrive brings to the table, and that's a solid customer experience. And when the customer realizes that, I love this supplier and I love the experience I'm having, and more importantly, I'm getting true risk reduction and good security understanding from my provider. I'm able to talk to them about different problems I have. And for you as a partner, I did the numbers up real quickly here. That turned into a little over $21,000. In fact, I missed that last 2,100. So we're right about, start at $3,000 and now turn into 22 grand a month MRC, right? That's a sweet deal.
And I got something fun here to show you at the end to that point. This is the actual email that the partner sent. Now, granted, I've changed the names here. He emailed Eric Young, who runs our channel team here, and with a very simple question. They had spoken a week before. He just wanted to see a SIM demo. This here is what turned into roughly a year later, $21,000 a month of a very good customer for Thrive. A positive experience for the customer, and obviously the partner involved is very pleased about how this whole thing worked out. We went in together, we understood how each other worked and understood what the customer was looking for. So, just a shining example of the ways that we can work together.
Very cool. Michael, how about wrapping it up here? What thoughts do you have just in telling our partners, who may feel intimidated about the security conversation? How do they find opportunities, right? And then how do they properly position you in their accounts?
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, no one assumes that everybody knows everything about security. And one of the things that starts is just by asking some questions. If you say to someone, do you do security awareness training? And you understand just at a very high level what security awareness training is. They say, oh, well, we have a provider, but it's not really working out for us. Or, oh yeah, we have to switch over because it doesn't meet our compliance regulations. The main thing I have to say is it's okay to ask questions because they understand that everyone is struggling with this. And when it comes back to Thrive, as this example has, shoot us a quick note. We don't have to hit a home run out of the gate. These things do take time. Building relationships, they take time. So, don't hesitate from asking the question and getting us involved. If it's not the right fit, that's no problem. That happens all the time. But if it is, you never know. You start pulling a thread and something interesting could happen.
That's awesome. Again, for the partners out there, I've said this before, I'll say it over and over again. It's about the customer experience. It's about your experience with us, your experience with the suppliers, and ultimately your customers' experience with the suppliers. That's why you should be reaching out to Thrive. You're going to get a solid sales experience from their responsiveness and their engagement and their transparency, and you're going to get a solid customer experience. And most importantly, you're going to get an account that's going to continue to grow, and you're going to see, what? I should replicate this across my customer base. So, final thoughts. No question about it, your customers are buying security in some way, shape, and form, even in the downturn of this market. And you should not be intimidated in having the conversation. It is a business conversation. How are they achieving their security objectives today? How are they defining them? What's their plan going forward? You can assume they don't have the right number of folks on staff and that they are struggling. And this is why you bring Thrive to the table. So with that, we'll wrap it up. Thanks for all your time today. I strongly encourage everyone out there, reach out to Thrive and talk to them about your accounts. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks so much, Dominic.